Are you asking why am I always broke or how do I be on a budget without feel like I'm restricted? How do I not feel bad about spending money? How do I not feel guilty about spending money, which is definitely not me? How do I talk to my wife about finances? How much should I have in savings? These are the types of questions that I see coming up all the time. And I got to tell you, when you do the research biblically, um, most people, if you're looking it up online or talking to people, fall into one of two camps, right? On the one camp, people say God wants you to be rich, wants you to be wealthy. The other camp is God doesn't care about money. Let's put it that way. Money doesn't matter, and I think that there's a deeper issue when we're asking those questions. And what you're really asking, I think, is how do I find peace with my money? If you're asking any of those questions, stay tuned. We're going to get into it. But first, welcome to Coffee and the Cross, where we have conversations around faith, family, fitness, and what it looks like to live in today's world. I'm Steve, your host. My mission is simple: helping everyday men follow Jesus where we live, work, and play. So whether you're driving to work, sitting in your truck, out in the workshop, out for a walk, just enjoying a cup of coffee, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Now, every week, we're going to work on what it means to be a godly man. We're going to learn from the Bible, take some of those same truths from then, and apply them to our marriages, our families, our work, our finances, our health, our everyday walk with Christ. It's not about pretending we have it all together. It's all about becoming an actual man of God, what God is calling us to become, one step at a time. But before we jump into today's conversation, just a little bit of housekeeping. Some of you may have noticed a slight name change. And the reason for that is we're now on YouTube. So if you'd rather watch these conversations or if you'd like to share them with a friend, head over to @Coffee and Crosstalk. You'll find the full episodes there, along with additional coverages, conversations, and future content that won't always make it on the audio podcast. Now, I'd really appreciate if you'd subscribe there and leave a review whenever you can, and share episodes with somebody who could use those episodes. That would be awesome. That way, we can help more men become everything God has entrusted them to be. So, there's two other things. One is we started the Authentic Manhood book recaps, and I got to book 3, and I finished book 3, 1, 2, and 3, all 6 lessons in each book. And I was thinking about doing 4, 5, and 6 to finish that series up. And so I invited a friend of mine to join me in finishing up those books together. So I'm really looking forward to that. So look for, I should say, those episodes coming soon. And our summer series at church is about the 10 Commandments and answering 4 questions. And I have my notes here from my seminar or from the sermon a couple weeks ago. And the first question is revelation. What is revealed in that particular commandment? The second one is instruction, the what and the why. The third one is confrontation, the how and the why. And then the fourth is a promise. What is the promise of the gospel? Now, I'm really looking forward to that. We've got the person who put it together is going to join us. We've got a couple of the teachers and preachers from our own church who are teaching this throughout the summer are going to join us. I'm excited about it. We have a couple of our small group leaders who are going to come join us also. So I think that's going to be a great series on the 10 Commandments. What I'm asking of you is if you have questions that you would like answered, please email them. There's a link in the description below. And you can go ahead and email them to us, and we'll be sure to answer them for you. All right, let's grab your coffee, settle in, and let's work this out together. So, financial fitness. What is it? why it's important, what keeps men unfit, what keeps financially fit men actually look like, or what do they look like, I should say. Where do you start? And yeah, we're going to tackle a lot today. But financial fitness is not about getting rich. It's not about having the newest truck in the neighborhood, trying to impress somebody at a red light that you only see for 30 seconds. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses, as the old saying goes. Um, it's really about financial stewardship. It's like pretty much everything else God has entrusted to us is all about stewardship. It's about being healthy enough financially that money serves your family instead of controlling it. You know, it's funny because you hear that old line that's actually a verse in the Bible that says the love of money is evil. So automatically people say the love of money is evil. But if you look at the verse, it's the love of money is the root of all evil. The root of all evil. Think about that. And that's going to be part of our 10 Commandments series, putting an idol before God. But think about how much money affects. What all does money affect? Well, it affects pretty much everything, right? Our marriages, we get stressed over it, we lose sleep over it. Parenting, generosity, our ministry, our work, our peace. Money touches everything. Well, it touches almost everything. Because Jesus talked about it more than any other topic because he knew it reveals your heart. And I've heard somebody say, "Show me your checkbook, and I'll tell you where your heart lies." Is I believe is how the saying goes. And of course, nobody really has checkbooks anymore. But show me your bank account, and I'll show you where your heart really lies. And so the problem is, we look at money, but a lot of us don't talk to our spouses about money. We can be a day away from foreclosure, and you haven't revealed to your wife that we're about ready to move unwillingly. You could be on the top of the hill, and you're afraid to talk to your wife. And I find it really funny because you'll get naked in bed together, you'll have a kid together, you'll raise that kid together, but somehow money is taboo. Somehow money is, we don't talk about those things. Really, it's one of the things you should talk about before you even get married is your finances. So, what does a financially fit man actually look like? And it's actually a good steward of the money that God's given you, right? So, financially fit or a good steward man knows where his money's going, lives below his means. Hear that one. Lives below his means, saves consistently, gives generously, has a plan, avoids unnecessary debt, talks openly with his wife, doesn't panic when unexpected expenses happen. Yeah, that one's talking to me. Isn't controlled by money and uses money to serve God's purposes. That is a good steward of finances. So now you might be saying, great, none of that is me, but I need to make it happen. Where do I start? Well, number one, you got to start with God. You got to start with prayer. You got to ask God, first off, to become the man he wants you to be. You've got to understand that if you don't know something, you need to research it. Talk to somebody. Find somebody in your church or in your neighborhood who's really good with budgeting. I'm sorry, who's really good with a financial plan. I know budgeting is a bad word, right? Somebody who will help you put things together but won't scold you. Somebody who will teach you. You want the heart of a teacher. Somebody who's going to sit down with you, go over your expenditures, go over your income in private, just the three of you, and you're going to put together your first spending plan. And included in that spending plan, you're going to want to build an emergency fund in there. Now, eventually, if you have no savings, you're going to want that eventually to be 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, not income, expenses. But in the meantime, if you have no emergency fund, save $1,000. It's not going to be enough to get you out of much, but it's enough to make you think, okay, I've got a little bit of breathing room. And then you're going to start paying down your debt. Stop using your credit cards, pay down your debt. I mean, you're given in some cases 23, 24% of what you've borrowed to the credit card company. And I don't know about you, but their offices seem to be a tad bigger than most houses. 74% of people, families, couples are living paycheck to paycheck. 74%. And that includes people making $500,000 a year. Let that sink in. So if you're making $100,000 and you're struggling, you think a little more money will be better? Not so. You need to control your money first. And then you need to live below your means. Yeah, that's a tough one. It's real easy to say, I want, I deserve, break out the credit card, flash the card, go on vacation to, say, Disney World, spend $11,000 on a vacation, come home, and you're still paying for it next year when it's time to go on vacation. Meanwhile, that $11,000 mysteriously turned into $15,000, $16,000 when you add the interest. You need to keep learning. Don't just try and learn it once and then move on. Continually look into it, see what you can do to be better, be a better steward of what God's trusted you with. And again, you want to trust God in this. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. A little bit of the shorter episode on being a good steward of your finances. I think one of the next two, we will go into how to build a budget. The easy way, there's a couple different ways depending on your income and how you get paid, whether it's biweekly, whether it's commission based, irregular, we call it. Yeah, if you want some help putting that together personally, please feel free to reach out. Again, you can leave an email, which is in the link below, and I would love to help you go over your budget and figure out where we can make things more comfortable for you, so you're not stressed out about money. You and your spouse aren't fighting about money, because really that's not good. It's really not good. You need to start talking about money more in a good way, not in a fighting way, not in a bad way, in a good way. So, hey, appreciate you guys stopping by again. Leave those questions for the 10 Commandments. Send those in an email. And remember, if you want to watch this on YouTube, we're at Coffee and Crosstalk. Thanks. Looking forward to seeing you next time.